know what I'm saying? So you don't want to make your daughter be like, oh, this gave me chocolate, or he went and got my nails done. Oh, I never experienced that. Oh, I love you more.
Yes.
Nah, bro, it's like, nah. Oh, I appreciate that. Oh, he got my nails done. Oh, my daddy do that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, you and your girl parenting together. Like, what is that like?
It's good. She the good cop, per se. I'm the bad cop. But then I teaching her what's the effects of being a good cop is that they don't respect you. Not in a negative way, respect, but they don't respect you. You gotta say it more than once. I don't gotta say it more than once. It's one time only. This ain't up for debate. That's what people got. This ain't up for debate. This is a dictatorship.
Right.
I own you right now.
Right now.
I'm gonna do everything I say. Like I don't leave it up for like I'm hot and cold. I'm not in between. I'm not lukewarm. So when I'm strict, I'm strict. But when I'm playing with you and we having a good time, we having a good time. But then it's like, oh, chill out. Get up off of that. Stop. Oh, we having a good time. We having a good time, baby. But then when it stop, it's stop. Like stop. Sit down. Don't play with me. and I talk. And I do the extra talk. I do the extra talk after that. You know better than that. Don't play with me. Don't do it again. I don't care what you think, and she too. I don't care what you think. It ain't gonna happen. So if you keep doing it, I'm gonna whoop your butt. Get up. Right. She understand that energy behind it. I don't play.
Yeah.
But you grow a respect from a stern.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like you grow respect to someone who's like black and white when you kind of know. Mm-hmm. Like you know what you're dealing with, you know what I'm saying? So you grow a respect to like it's just like if you know you got a friend or you meet somebody and you can just automatically tell like, oh, they don't play. Yeah. So I ain't even gonna try you like that. You feel me? That's my energy. Like don't even try me like that. Cause I'm not even gonna give you no pass on like, you know what I'm saying? That's how I am. That's the parent I am.
And did
you Go ahead. No, I just feel like that worked from my perception and my learning through life of seeing how parenting and just monitoring and observing other parents and how it worked and what didn't work, and my friends, especially like my friends, their parents and the parents who were successful, and seeing that, like that's what I took from it. And the stern and serious ones always had the successful kids. And even though they might have had that.
So you knew how you knew the type of parent that you were pretty much gonna be like before they even came.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I already knew. Like, don't play, but at the same time, I'm not the like with the 13-year-old. Right. I have understanding, so I'm not the like, oh, you gonna do this? Stop! Don't do that! Don't do that! Don't do that! Don't do that! I'm the parent. Like, go ahead, do it, and see what was the lesson you got out of that? Because I learned, because I know, like once you get into that age of that teenage age, it's like you can't be the parent that be like, oh no, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do that, because as that grows like, oh, let me do it. Oh, I didn't get to do that, so now I'm finna get buck wild when I'm 19, or I'm finna go crazy when I'm, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm from the era like, go ahead and do it, get burnt out now. I want you to get burnt out right now at 30, burnt out. Get it all out you. Yeah, go. Tell me how that experience was. Go. See what I told you? I told you that it was gonna do that to you. Go ahead and do it.
The respect level is there. Like the 13-year-old respects you.
Yes.
So how long have y'all been, I guess, around each other? How long have you been in that role?
7 years, 6 years.
Oh, so yeah, she was just way before. Dang.
Yeah.
Dang, has it been that long? This got a whole family. Dang. Yeah, got one of them. You know, you planted one plant, and then you grew like, you got like a bush. Like you bush. Like, dang.
Yeah, but dog it. Yeah, I guess it's more fun, like just seeing, like, cause I've been a teenager. You know, we've both been teenagers before, so that's why I know that's downhill. I don't even trip. Like, do it. Like, you want that, do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not the one like, oh, don't do that. Cause you gotta let them experience. No matter how much you want to protect them, as a child. I mean, as a parent, you want to protect your kids, or if you want to protect, even if you're trying to give advice to a friend, like no matter how much advice, they still have to experience for themselves to get an understanding. Sometimes you got that 1% who can take advice and learn from advice and don't have to get that experience. But for the most part, everybody has to learn from experience. So I'm the one like, get your experience in. I'm not gonna hold you back from that. I'm gonna tell you both sides. I'm gonna tell you both sides. So when you do may encounter the negative side of it, I'm like, well, I told you. Now how did that feel? I'm the one like, tell me how. Okay, see, well, you know.
Wow. That's and I definitely think what I have learned so far, you know, having a 12-year-old, when they grow up or as they grow up, your style and how you interact with them needs to evolve just like they're evolving. You know, when they're young, you can't say, no, don't do that. It don't matter why I said no, I just said no. You know, and as they grow and learn more about the world, it becomes more important for them to know why you told them no. At 3, you don't need to know why. Just do what I say. At again, like, you know, maybe 9 or 11, 12, you might not have to explain it completely, but you got to explain a little bit. Hey, this is why, because this may not be the only time you experience something like this, or you run across something like this. So when I say don't do that, it's not because I don't want to take your fun. I'm saying this is the part that you're not getting, that you don't understand right now because you haven't experienced it. You know, so you do have to evolve, talk to them in a different way. And all of that kind of changes as they get to those, you know, different phases of life. So, you know, 12 and 13, you can be a little bit more like, I wouldn't do it, and I'm gonna tell you why. At the same time, you might do something different. Or I could tell you no, and then you come home from school and I find out you did it. And I do have a Brandon Lewis approach where it's like, okay, well, tell me about that. It didn't work out, did it? And I told you, and this is why I told you. So now you got that, like, okay, now I remember, you know, versus, you know, daddy or mommy, they just saying it because they old. Okay, you can think that if you want to, but that's you. One way or other, you're gonna learn. And I would like you to learn the wise way, like just to me, and then know that I know. Or you can learn by experience, and then you might mess around and it'd be a little harder for you. So you choose, you know. I think you do. You have, and that becomes. I'm anticipating that becomes more and more as they get older, because 15 and 16 and 17, most of the time you're probably gonna be away from the house. So hopefully I'll put something in you as far as how to think about issues, how to think about situations, and make the smart choice. But I gotta trust that you do that, because I can't. I'm not with you. I can't make you do nothing. You know. So I anticipate that being. I don't want to say probably difficult. I can see a parent struggling with those decisions. Like, I want them to. Yeah, you do, but you wasn't with them. So
but you got boys.
What that mean? What you think it? What you think you? Oh, you say you getting over it? You look at his face.
You got boys, bro.
He's still reminiscing. Like, I don't know, man. Girls are.
Protect kids at all costs, but girls are more of a high commodity than boys. I'm just saying, just as far as well, this is just my opinion. I feel like girls are more of not high commodity, but more of it's like the path is more dangerous for a girl than it is for a boy. I feel, because because just the like men,
because of us.
Men are just
we did
nasty.
We did that.
Yes. Men. You know what I'm saying? Just like the vulnerability, like, you know, girls, like, you know, just even on the sexual side, just like men, they kidnapping girls. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not kidnapping boys. You know what I'm saying? They kidnapping girls. They trying to, you know, manipulate girls at a young age to have, you know what I'm saying? Sex slave, child, you know, all that. It's more endangerment for women and young girls than boys. So it's just like, damn, that danger. I'm always got to keep my eye and to keep them to comprehend earlier than they're supposed to, because of the dangers in the world. Because it's just like, you don't want to keep them closed in, and then now they're trying to learn at 20 or 18 or 19. You want to get that knowledge in early, just like even with the finances. You know, you don't want to your kids' finances at 19 and 20. You want to get that understanding early. I'm like, okay, here goes some money. Okay, you spent all your money on chips. Hey, I can't do nothing for you.
Right.
Yeah, it's just like you got to
you gotta wait.
Yeah. That's what you get. You had $20. You spent that on chips.
Yeah.
So then let me teach you. This is what happens when it's time to you can't buy nothing now.
Exactly.
You spent on chips, but you wanted this. So now you know what I'm saying. You got to teach that early. I feel like that's one of the learning. I feel like that's one of the not learning, but that's one of the that's one of the one-ups that a lot of other races have over black races. It's just like that early knowledge of finances and kind of sort of life dealings. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of other races have that one-up as far as teaching their kids. Like when I was in high school, like a lot of my white homies and like white classmates, they had a gas card. You feel me? Like their parents gave them a gas card. You know what I'm saying? Just teaching them early.
Just that idea of, first of all, that awareness. Because you can ask a lot of guys, yo, why is it so difficult for women? And they'll be like, oh, good, because you know, they won't come right out and be like, yo, no, men did that. Men made it difficult for women, whether it's sexually, that we over-sexualize them. Or I heard somebody say the other day, we make everything about sex. Everything is about sex. She said it really well. She said, I'm just existing. And the fact that I'm existing, you have made my existence about sex. Whatever you see on me or whatever, you have found a way to sexualize it. Whether it's the fact that men are, even in non-sexual ways, more aggressive, you know, with women, or try to take advantage, you know, of women, or try to manipulate women in whatever situation, whether it's the workplace, whether it's, I had a friend, or I got a friend who, she says, I'm thinking about buying a car. And I want a guy to go with me because you know how that is.
It is.
You can't go buy a vehicle, you can't go buy an apartment, you can't do nothing because a guy is gonna be like, oh, this is a woman and I can get some extra money. She don't know about this. Like every part of, I think, a woman's struggle. I would. But
then it is, yeah, that is. But then on the other flip side, you do have, for the ones, you know, you got some women that are raised. Some are raised and some have experience. Some have grown experience through difficulties to know how to take advantage of a man. So you know, you got some that'll come in there and finesse you and just know they power. Like, I'm gonna come in provocative and finesse you for this car and get 13,000 off because I'm gonna come in here this way and lead you on to a date and finesse you out this and be like, oh, I got you.
Most of the time, her unction to do that comes from the root of that is, here's the thing. I already know you as a man and what I can do because men for thousands of years have played our hands. We know. We put it out there what we care about or what's important to us or what we look at. So the fact that she says, I'm gonna finesse you off of my physicality. First of all, she knows to do that because we just so out with it because we just do it so frequently, you know. And a lot of times I think that comes from pain. If a woman is like her mindset is about, I'm gonna get over in this. To me, that comes from some pain that you again experience from a guy or from another woman telling you about blah 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 blah. When you talk about children, it becomes important where you teaching your daughter, you know what? I don't want you, I call it being perfect or being complete in terms of, I don't want you to get out here and not know something that you should know. Not something that you should know as a woman, just something that you should know as a person. As a person, you need to know about your finances. You need to know about credit. You need to know about starting a business. You need to know about business credit. You need to know how to do whatever. Even if you have a man in your life that changes your tire for you because he doesn't want you doing that, or pumps your gas, or opens the door, or does this, I still want you to know.
Right.
You know, and then for guys, that's like I think about it in terms of making my sons aware. Hey, you got to realize what guys are up against in terms of a lot of the guys that came before us weren't good guys.
Right.
So they have painted this picture that guys are this. I need you to know that, and then I need you to, on purpose, walk your life out to where you're aware of that, and then you can do the opposite. You can bring back the idea. I've been thinking a lot about just chivalry, just the idea of a guy being a good guy, a guy being a gentleman, not because he wants something from you, not because he's trying to, you know, keep you in the right position because one day he could smash and whoop, whoop, whoop. No, just a guy. If you have a female friend, then your female friend needs to be comfortable because you around. She don't need, like, but is this guy? What if it's a stranger? Like, it's so, when you talk about the Black community, and one of the things in the Black community is, I think we need to get that family mentality back again. Like, we are together, let's help each other, let's support and encourage. Well, that not just with people you know, but people you don't know, strangers. You know, if you a guy and a Black man and you around a Black woman, then she don't need to be like side-eyeing you like, are you finna holler, or are you gonna try to rob me, or are you gonna try to da-da-da-da-da. I wanna trust you even though you're a stranger. Right. You know, and then that goes further than that. Whatever race you are as a woman, do you make her uncomfortable as a man? You probably do. So I don't mean go out of your way, but also put forth a good example. Put a better example out there, because again, you know what we up against. So those are the things that I think about when I think about my boys. Like, what do I want them to know? How do I want them to act? You know, what do I want them to think is normal? That's the thing, you know, because checking up on a woman or holding a door, nowadays, it seems like that's abnormal. So when you do it, people are like, what? No, let's normalize some of that again, you know? So, you know, and you're in that position because it's like they look towards you. Like, what does my dad do? For sure. How does subconsciously, how did my dad teach me how a man is supposed to treat me? Right. You know, and that's a huge responsibility, whether you have a daughter or a son. But like, I think it's more in your face when you have a daughter. For sure. It's more like, yo, if she, this is it. Yeah.
This is it, bro. This is it. You're right. This is it. Because like, that's what women are seeking. Women are seeking a reflection of their father.
Yeah.
Or the man that was there or not there, lack thereof. So
exactly.
A lot of women who didn't have that father, they're seeking that vision of that man they want. You feel me? And the ones who did, the girls who had their father are seeking their father, characteristics of their father. So
right. Yeah. That's big, man.
Yeah, that's big, bro. So that's what it is. So, you know, you want to have them good characteristics that woman sees.
Yeah.
Because the ones with the, you know what I'm saying, it's not negative, but the ones with the fathers, you know, they had that like, hey, well, we ain't doing that.
Yeah.
Yes, hold up, buddy. Like, yeah, hold up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, hold up. I'm straight. Yeah, no, we good. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like, no, we good now. We can come over here now. You can sit right here, stop. You know, this where we ain't doing all that. No, I can't even like that.
Yeah. You know to me, it goes back to, like you said, that staple male figure, because that male figure, again, teaches that girl, that daughter, you know, it can be a niece, it can be a whatever, and teaches her what that standard is. And then when she grows up, she forces, it may not be like an aggressive force, but it's a force where she teaches the guys that interact with her, hey, if you want more interaction with me on any level, whether it's friendship, whether it's romantic, whether we in a business relationship, if you want any type of interaction with me, you gonna have to bring that respect.
Right.
Because that's what I have been taught
Right.
that I am supposed to look for.
Right.
So that in turn, to me, then teaches those other guys, oh, if I'm going to approach her in any way, I need to do that a certain way.
Right.
You know, and that teaches him, and then he then teaches the guys around him or his son or whatever. So it's like a trickle effect.
It is. It is based on that experience, that encounter. Like, oh, I never encountered that.
Yeah.
It's almost like it's experience. It's like, just the basic experience, like giving your, you know what I'm saying? Let's say if I always gave my daughter flowers and chocolate and things of that nature, it's like, okay, now when you do it, nigga, okay, like this, okay, thank you.
Right.
But it ain't but you ain't finna finesse me out of that. It's like, you ain't gonna make me have an additional feeling. It's like, oh, appreciate that.
Yes.
Oh no, watch out, bro. Like you ain't, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, I appreciate that, but that ain't leading to that. I appreciate it.
Yes.
I mean,
exactly.
That's what I'm already prepping for. It's just like, yeah, don't get finesse. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, yeah, that's a standard or that's cool, but that don't lead to that.
Yeah.
It's all, but basically, it's basically protecting the intimacy. It's like, we ain't out here just, you know what I'm saying? Everything don't lead to intimacy. It's just like,
exactly. Yeah.
That's what you got to teach. Everything don't lead to intimacy.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't need to seek intimacy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That should be the last. You know what I'm saying? Don't even seek that. Don't even let that be the conversation. It's just like, having a dope girlfriend, not necessarily the word girl, but having a, what I'm saying? You had those girlfriends who be like, nah, we ain't rocking like that. Like, you ain't gonna try me like that. Like,
yes. It's like a starting point. Like, yes, flowers and candy is cool, but
I been did that. It's just like you gotta teach it. It's basically like you teach your daughters like, oh yeah, I been did that. I appreciate that, but I been did that. That ain't gonna lead me to feel extra for you. Like, oh, you got me some shoes. Oh, my daddy been got. For my daddy, like. The daddy has to be the one that already, oh, I've been did that with my daddy. Oh, you picked me up in this. Oh, I've been did that with my daddy.
Yeah.
Oh, this
and what else?
First time. Yeah, like it's not, you don't want to make that be the first time for me, this is my opinion. You don't want to make your daughter, this is my perception of the women that I've seen and that, you know what I'm saying? So you don't want to make your daughter be like, oh, this gave me chocolate, or he went and got my nails done. Oh, I never experienced that. Oh, I love you more.
Yes.
Nah, bro. It's like, nah. Oh, I appreciate that. Oh, he got my nails done. Oh, my daddy do that.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I want my daughter. Like, oh, my daddy do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's not like, oh, he did that for me. Now I got to do this for you. Because that's the kind of like the surface finesse. Like for a guy, it's like if I do this to you, you got to do that.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like how we train. Like, oh, I gave you this, or I took you out to this, so now you owe me this. But no, my mentality is like, no, you don't owe them nothing. This is what we did. We had dinner, but I don't owe you sex after dinner.
Right. Yeah.
You took me to a nice restaurant, but I don't owe you, because that's my main focus. Is like, you don't owe no man nothing after a good experience. Yeah. Because that's what men take advantage of a good experience.
Yeah.
That, you know what I'm saying? We want more after the good experience. But you have to train a woman like, no, I appreciate that. My daddy do that. If you don't do it for me, my daddy do it for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And
that be the ones that be that, and that be the one for me though. This is my opinion of what I've kind of observed. That be the ones that be like, oh, okay, I'm thinking about this. That be the ones that be vibrating different. That be women who vibrate different, who be just thinking about other stuff. They're not thinking about, oh, I need a man to complete me, or I'm looking for a relationship. Them be the women that be on a whole nother vibration doing something. And it's like, oh yeah, my daddy do that. So I don't really seek to go, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't really seek to have a boyfriend and do all this right now in my life. You feel me? It's just like, oh, that's cool. Yeah. But now I'm seeking to be a principal. I'm seeking to be a judge, or I'm seeking to be this in school. Mm-hmm. That be the woman locked in. Like, oh yeah, I'm cool.
Man.
I'm in my book, you know what I'm saying?
This was good, sir.
Yeah, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate you giving me some time. I know it's bedtime. What time is it over there?
No, it's 6:46. My daughter is my daughter sleep like an unemployed. She don't go to bed until, well, it be me though. I be up, so she stay up with me. She don't get up until about 2 p.m. She don't get up till about 2 p.m. Sleep. I'm talking about she will sleep. I'm talking about stretched all out, all kind of ways. Like she ain't got no job. No job. Good sleep.
Oh, you gotta tell that girl to go to bed. You gotta sleep next to her. Like,
but then I guess it's me because I'm like, what you got to do tomorrow? You ain't got nothing to do. Why you going to bed early? Come kick it. You ain't doing nothing. What you got to do tomorrow?
You be keeping her up.
She be up. We be doing our thing. She got an iPad. She be on her thing. She be doing her thing. I'm like, you ain't got nothing to do. Come on.
Watch TV with me. Sit right there.
You can sit down and chill. We ain't got nothing to do. What you got to do tomorrow? You ain't got to get up early. Go ahead. That's my dog, though.
Oh, my gosh. Comedian Brandon Lewis. B. Lou.